Why did you decide to enter the Navy?
I went to the Navy because there was a new idea had come into somebody's mind. They had decided, before that, I might say, every Navy person that you saw, the uniform, they'd have a little C on their sleeve, which meant to cook. Volunteer washer, chef, or cook or something, you know. So somebody got the bright idea that they should integrate and open up the scene. And the first thing they got into was music. So instead of the little C, you see a lyre, G clef, you know.
Yes.
And then we got ratings, 1 shovel, 2 shovel, 3, and the little lyre there, you know. And it worked up to the point where some even became petty officers. That's when you wore the suit with a tie, you know. But for the most part, we wore the pullover jerseys with the 13 buttons and the big bell-bottom trousers, you know.
So you were impressed with the clothing, and you were impressed with the clothing, the uniforms?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you entered the Navy?
That's why I like, yeah. But they had this program going on. The guy was going around to recruiting to follow up on this program. And he came through St. Louis, and he picked Len Bowden, who was the band leader at the time. He used to have a band called the Melody Masters. And he chose Len Bowden to be to help him pursue recruits. So we finally got enough people together to agree to come up to Great Lakes Naval Training Camp to start the program, which we did. And it was beautiful when we left there because we were all gung-ho about the new things. We got on the train and went to Chicago, and a bus met us, carried us to the camp. When we got to the camp, we discovered, this is 1942, there was one barracks which was reserved for black recruits. It was called Camp Robert Smalls. And then they had, they specifically chose this commander, Armstrong, to oversee us because he was known as one who knew how to handle them.
Oh, them, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And how did he handle them?
Not too well.
Uh-huh.
And he surrounded himself with people who were reportedly people who knew how to handle them too.
Oh, no.
So much so till one of the band directors, I can't think of his name at the moment, he decided that he wanted to start a men's store. He got all these musicians, and he wanted us to put on white gloves and paint big red lips and
really
stand up and do this, all that stuff. And we reneged. It was a dangerous thing at that time because we could have been executed for disobeying the commander's orders,
But you did.
But we stuck together. We refused to do it.
Oh,
so
good.
So he had to kill us all of Then he had to do it himself.
That's right, exactly.
So he thought about it and said, well, okay.
I'll let you go on this one.
Oh, yeah.
But when you played in the Navy's band,
mm-hmm.
do you think that those years helped you to develop as a trumpeter?
Oh, yeah, they did.
In what way?
Well, in the sense, in a way of doing the one thing that we tell kids to do today in teaching, to put in as much time as you possibly can. Practice, practice, practice. And we made them realize that it's sort of like going to the bank. Going to the bank and say, I want to draw $3 out of my account. And the teller laughs at you, you got $1.12 left in your account,
Yes.
So if you put in enough, you even get dividends. So we try to make the youths of today aware of the fact that nobody's going to roll you over and slip it in your pocket. You got to work for it and dig deep for it.
So the commander, Smalls, did make the band members practice and practice and practice.
They allowed us enough time to do on our own. There were a lot of guys who would practice, and there were a lot of guys who wouldn't practice.
I see.
Who didn't care about practicing. So
what kind of music did you play, Mr. Terry?
We played just about everything. We had a marching band, we had a concert band, and we had the jazz band,
I see.
So then we had the the military bands that would just do the chores, the camp chores, like the wake up the troops, you know, to go to sleep. Da 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 da. We had all those things going. But
And
it
how
was a
long-
pretty well-rounded opportunity to stay abreast of things if you wanted to. You know, it was like you could do or you could not do. You know, and those of us who wanted to do, we took advantage of it. And in the toilets, we used to call the heads were the showers and the bathrooms. If you became a pretty good student in the head, you'd find that there's a nice sound in there, you know. So we all used to like to practice in the head, you know.
And were you ever sent overseas, or were you always in the United States?
We were at Great Lakes the whole
the whole time. Were you there in the Navy for 4 years?
2 years, 10 months, and 11 days.
Okay, so you were counting.
Yeah.